Hello everyone, how are y'all doing? I'm trying not to do too much, but yeah, this song is pretty much just came on the radio and it's pretty accurate to how I feel about this situation. Let me turn this down. You can tell from the title, I know many people won't be awake but to see this, but you see it later on. Let me put my phone somewhere so it won't be shaking so much. Hold on. There we go. Hopefully you can see a little better. There we go. Okay, so this whole situation with the young lady, the little girl, who was at the mall with her friends or whatever, and Asheville Mall, if I'm not mistaken. And good morning everybody that's coming in. But I may do a hangout about this. I haven't decided yet. I've been very busy, so those of y'all emailing me and everything, I know I'm coming, I know. But what happened was there was a guy, David Bell, 51 years old, white man, who was there with his family, his wife. I think she was holding a baby or something. And these little gals decided they wanted to step up and clearly have no home training, in my opinion. And I'm going to get to the toxic femininity in a minute, because that's really going to become a problem even more in the future. I can see that becoming a problem. I already watched Gab's video. I already saw CRU Reality's video. Shout out to them. Y'all go subscribe to them if you haven't already. Hit that like button as you come in. Thank you for hitting that like button. And thank you for watching. Good morning again. What's going on, Gigi? How you doing? So this toxic femininity is a problem. So what happened is these gals decided to run up. One of them decided to run up on this dude. She pushed him twice, as far as I understand, and then felt like she was man enough to keep talking trash. What's going on, Ann? To keep talking trash to this dude. Was he wrong for hitting her? Yes, he was wrong for hitting her, because that's a child. You're a grown-ass man. But if you understand that you're living in a society where your life clearly doesn't have much value as a black person. Good morning, Sheep. Sheep, stay asleep. What's going on? I gotta finish watching your video from last night. Sheep, what'd you say? So crazy, these little females need to stop. Exactly. She learned that day for real, Gigi. Yes. You learn not to walk your ass up on somebody in public. First of all, this really goes to toxic femininity, because what's clear is what we saw in the video from the little 12-year-old heifer that thought she could do what she did to a grown man. So the toxic femininity is clearly on display with her, but it goes back to her stupid ass mama that half raised her ass and thought, I guess, taught her or didn't raise her to know it ain't okay to walk up to a grown ass person, especially a man, like you gonna do something. Good morning, crew. What's going on? You walking up to somebody like you gonna do something. Her friends egged her on, not kinda. They did egg her on, and I think there was a couple of black males, young black males there as well. So where's the Me Too movement? Where's the time's up and all this other bullshit? To protect her. Her mother, or whoever the hell raised her, you failed. So my question is toxic femininity to blame? I think it is, because you have a situation where, sadly, the white females took a seat back, because she was, I think, holding a child, a baby. She took a step back and let her man handle his business, whatever that was going to be. And she was going to take the responsibility and understand the consequences of whatever that was. If he knocked the girl out, which he did, or if he just cussed her the hell out, which I've seen before as well. I've seen these little girls out here acting a fool, running around the streets like little gang members, like fucking dumbass little wolf cubs. She is lucky, and I'm sorry to say this, but she is lucky that man didn't have a gun. He could have had a gun. We don't know. If he had a gun, he chose not to use it. He chose to just use his fist and knock her the fuck out, just to get her off of him. But you run around here like hyenas, wild and crazy, and then people wondering why she got knocked the hell out. And in my opinion, if you do that one time, that type of thing, where you pushing a man in public, you've done that before. Maybe not to a man, but you've done it before to somebody else. What's going on, Torian? Now I'm not going to say that what he did was right. No, you don't hit kids. But when you run up, you're going to get done up. So the toxic femininity, in my opinion, comes from the mother, which is the previous generation. Now, this girl is 12, which means her mother could be a Gen Xer or a millennial. More than likely, she's a millennial, her mother. So we already kind of know if her mother was a millennial, she's probably fucked up too. That's just my opinion. She's probably already messed up a little if her mother is a millennial. Based on the previous conversations that have been had for the past couple of days, Saturday with BGS and Angry Man yesterday, looking at the male millennials, and I'm not generalizing, so whatever, millennials can get their feelings, whatever. But you look at how the male millennials act, and then you look at, and they act like females, a lot of them. Then you look at the female millennials, and they act like men. The fuck you thought was gonna happen? What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? And I know I haven't been on here in a while. I just been sitting back, relaxing, working mostly, and watching y'all videos, watching what y'all got going on. Good morning, G-Man, Brian, King Hebrew. I ain't missed you. I see you. So Alchemy, what's going on? Good morning. But I'm getting heated because I see where the toxic femininity is now on full display in the children. And it's like, really? Where was your antennas when your 12-year-old daughter was with her stupid friends at the mall? My dad would never let me go to the mall. I didn't go to the mall by myself until I was in college with a car. That was the only time I went to the mall by myself. Or by myself means by myself, me alone, or me and my friends. That's the only time I would do that, is when I was in college. We were not allowed to go to the mall by ourselves because my dad already knew what the deal was with these mannish ass boys out here. He already knew what the deal was with these stupid girls and how jealous and whatever they are. He already knew what the deal was. So we didn't do that. Thank you, Soul Alchemy. What's going on? I need my soaps. I need my soap. I'm just playing. I'm waiting for my soaps to come. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to get them from you. But they throw temper tantrums. They fly off the handle. They knock each other out, and it's no problem. But then when they get knocked out by somebody who ain't about to take that shit no more, your mother failed you because she didn't teach you what kind of environment you're in. She didn't teach you the art of war. She didn't show you how to conduct yourself in public around adults. First of all, I just watched earlier on my way driving Corey Holcomb's show last night. He was talking about it was something about you can't go on your own. Even laugh loud. He was talking about how his 12-year-old girl was texting some little boy back and forth. Not too crazy, but they texting back and forth. He told the boy, this is her daddy, on the text. And stop texting her. Don't text her no more. The next day, he said his daughter blocked the boy. That's respect. That's knowing the chain of command. That's knowing the hierarchy that you're supposed to abide by because you are a child. And they be like, why I gotta abide by that? Now you're gonna get slapped. Now you're gonna get hit. Now you're gonna get a whooping. If I had defied my father, and you notice I'm saying my father, because where her daddy at? I don't know. But I'm saying my father for a reason, because he's the one who said these things. He's the one that instilled a lot of discipline in me, my sister, and my brother. When I was 12 years old, my sister was 11. And at that time, my brother was like 4 years old. So he wasn't going nowhere. He's a baby. We were still babies. Why your ass wasn't at home reading, doing your homework, doing the I already did my homework. I already did my homework. That's what these little stupid kids say nowadays. Well, do the fucking homework a week and a month ahead of time. Do your work ahead of time. Do your work in advance. How about that? Why you ain't learning a new skill? Learning how to swim, learning how to shoot. You need to be out here freaking getting your survival game together. No, you know why? Because your mother is full of toxic femininity. That's why. Your mother's a stupid bitch. I'm just going to say it the way it is. Your mother's stupid. And since she's stupid, now you stupid and got fucked up on camera in public at the mall. You're like, oh, what about her psychological health later on in life? That was done before she even came to the mall. That was done by the time she was 5, 6 years old. I'm looking like, people asking me, well, if you do the video, don't go too hard on a little girl. Really? I'm not going to go that hard on a little girl. Yeah, she got fucked up. I'm not going to go that hard on a little girl. I'm going hard on her mother, because her mother, like I said, full of toxic femininity. You are a bit of bitch, a bit of broad out here in the street. I say broad. You a bit of broad out in these streets. With so much hatred for yourself, you didn't teach your daughter how to protect herself, meaning shut your mouth when you in grown folks' company. They're standing outside in the video. If you look at the thumbnail of this video, you see they're outside having this altercation. You are outside in public. You're not even in the mall. You're outside the mall having this altercation. Other people are around. And since other people know how toxic femininity works in the black community, they weren't trying to stand up and defend your ass. That's what I saw. Let me read some of y'all comments. Gigi just said something earlier. Hold on. And I missed it. Oh, Gigi said, I'm sorry. My 12-year-old niece threw a water bottle at me and tried to kick me. Wow. And I got the thickest belt I could find. What's going on, Charles Gilmore, CG3? Damn. She said, what, Gigi, what else she say on there? She said, I don't know, go around that child no more. Exactly. Slap. JJ Jr., mother of our moon, Ryan James, what's going on? Good morning, y'all. Yeah, I was like, when I saw the video, I was like, the fuck? Where was your antennas? And she, yes, Ann and Torian are right. She was the one who pushed him twice. I'm getting heated, y'all. My words messing up. She was the one that pushed him twice. Messed him up. And Charles said, if I see a lion, I don't go to it. Exactly. So I was watching Discovery Channel. It's good you mentioned lions. So Discovery Channel, and a few documentaries on animals and stuff. But I'm watching these videos for behavior, because a lot of behavior displayed with the younger animals in the different groups and different species and tribes, and that, you know, these different prides of lions and stuff, they are displaying the same behavior as a lot of these young millennials. The problem is, what's going on, Nikki Justice? The problem is, when you are in nature and you do something like what she did, you ain't breathing no more. You don't get a second chance a lot of times. When you're in a pride of lions, you're in a group of elephants, and a little bull elephant that's not old enough decide he want to jump back at a larger male elephant, he get his head knocked off. It's a challenge. They had it back in the day. You know, I challenge you to a duel. Whoever make it out, make it out. Good morning, Stephen. Y'all are back to back. Y'all walk 10, 20 paces away from each other. Go. Boom. And people, they shoot. Whoever make it, make it. You might get shot in the face. But if you're the one that challenged the duel, you better have your gun game right. You better have your click game right, your trigger game right, because you're going to lose your life in a couple of seconds. Adult decisions get adult consequences. Exactly. And in nature, that's exactly how it works too with animals. There was a bull elephant. He had a little gang of other little bull elephants. They were going to try to take over the group because they didn't want to go do what the male elephants was basically telling them to do. Y'all, we're going to go this way or we're going to go that way. They didn't want to do it. They tried to jump back. One of them was the baddest one. And he literally got stomped out in front of everybody. he was dead. And they left his ass there. His mother cried for a day or two, laid down next to his dead body, and the rest of the motherfuckers left. They all left. They were like, look, we sticking to the plan. One monkey don't stop no show, and we out. Because he would have been able to spoil the bunch if he had defeated the more experienced, larger male elephants. He would have taken one of the females as his own. And from there, their children would have been messed up. So the male elephants of that group said, nah, we ain't having this. But what I did notice is that his little gang, he was the only one stupid enough to step up to the plate and try to challenge the older elephants. The other male elephants, they kind of fell back a little bit because they were, you know, rough and tumble with him as a group. But when it came to stepping to the larger elephants, they kind of stood back. They were like, wait, hold on, dog. We weren't serious. We were just playing around. Good morning, M. Mitch. He took it to the next and got literally stomped the hell out on the ground. He had no defense. Nobody came to back him up. They realized he was made an example of, and the small bull elephants literally bowed their heads and walked on with the rest of the group. And they went on to the next watering hole and kept it moving. His mother stayed there with him, crying, praying, holding hands, whatever the hell she was doing. And they all left. So now you ain't got no baby no more. That could have happened on that day in Asheville Mall with this young lady. Her mother did not teach her the right thing to do. First of all, your mama didn't teach you to keep your mouth closed in front of grown folks. And if you're going to get loud, move yourself away. Your mother didn't teach you not to go to the mall with these dumbass bras you with at the mall. Like I said, there's plenty of things you could have been doing. Learn how to swim, learn how to shoot. Do your homework a month in advance. Learn a skill. Learn how to sew. Hell, you like weave, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? you like weave, don't you? Learn how to braid some hair. Learn how to put some weaves in and make some money. You're 12 years old. Hell, you need a job. When I was 12 years old, we were working. Not legally, but we were working. It ain't nothing but chores. It ain't nothing but doing something. We found something constructive to do. One main reason, because my dad told us we had to do that. The other reason was my mother said, you need to stay out of trouble. She said, yeah, do what your daddy say, you know, stay out of trouble. What's going on, Water Sniper? Yeah, so, yeah, I'm not surprised, Water Sniper. Another black woman in Detroit was brutally attacked by a white man. Not protecting yourself, not having a contingency plan. If you already know the type of environment you're in, people talk about it all the time. You know, this is a race war. You're in a particular situation. If we were really in a race war, things would be a whole lot different. But, you know, for lack of a better word, you're in a specific situation where you have to protect yourself at all times. And people are not out here doing it. And as a 12-year-old child, one easy way to do that is to be around other children who are not stupid. But you can't help that because your mother, like I said, full of toxic femininity. They always talk about this toxic masculinity. My father, according to their definition, would have been toxic masculinity based on the things that he taught us and things that he still teaches us. Hold up, crew, what you say? Crew said, people think we are beyond nature. I say, prove it. Jump off a bridge and challenge gravity. Yeah, see, and that's one thing, crew, that people don't think about is, like you said, my 15-year-old has zero free time. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have much free time. We worked, went to school. That was your primary job. And then your secondary job was to do whatever your dad told you to do. Yes, and the crack babies have grown up. That's a big problem. The crack babies got babies, and their babies are out here thinking they can talk to people any kind of way, and not even talk to people any kind of way, that you can push an adult. Twice you pushed an adult man. So that not only shows you have no respect for men, that shows your mother probably doesn't have respect for men. Like I said, her mother's probably a millennial. She could have had her like what, 18, 19, 17, something like that. So she could be a millennial herself. And I'm looking like, if you out here doing what you doing, y'all hit that like button if you haven't already, if y'all coming in. What's going on, Rice? Self-defense in my car, person, home, more importantly in my mind. Yes, mother of our moon. That's the way you have to do it. You keep this self-defense, whatever you feel is necessary, because I'm not here to tell people what to do, but you already know what it is. If you see a child out here, and I see these kids in the mall, I see them on the streets, I see them in the grocery stores, I see them in the gas, I see them walking down the street by themselves. You're not protected. And the only thing you think to do is to pop off when you see somebody. You know, even if the person don't look like you. I don't care if he's black or white. If he was black, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We probably wouldn't be having this conversation. But it's a white man, and everybody's like, oh, well, this is white supremacy. Okay, it might be white supremacy. If it is white supremacy, if he's arrested and he go to jail or whatever for assaulting a child, okay, fine. Does that change the fact that this child going home to toxic femininity? Does that change the fact that this child is going to be displaying toxic femininity, whether he hit her ass or not? I don't think so. Because you have to remember, she was not the only one there. Her friends could be stupid enough not to learn the lesson of their friend getting knocked the hell out and go do worse things and act worse later on. So all these types of things we have to think of. People are not, I don't know, people are not being honest about the situation. They're being like one-sided, one-dimensional, which is very, I don't know, it's just very disturbing. It's disappointing to see that people are being one-dimensional about this situation, just in general. So Alchemy said at the stoplight, hit the like. Y'all hit the like button. Oh, thank you, y'all. Got 14 people in here, 17 likes. Thanks. But yeah, I'm thinking like, this child, what kind of world is she going to live in later on if the toxic femininity gets worse than it is now? Like, I wrote down some notes like, yeah, I put like, what else could she have been doing? Like, there's plenty of stuff that she could have been doing. We already know that. But I also wrote down, like, when you have people like this who don't even think of something else to be doing besides going to the mall, pushing some white man and whatever. Maybe she was mad because she didn't have no bags in her hand. So maybe she was mad she couldn't buy nothing. If you can't buy nothing in the mall, I'm going to tell you like my grandpapa used to tell me, keep your black ass at home. If you can't buy nothing there, then you need to take your ass home. You need to stay at the house. Because if you ain't got no money, get a job. I'm 12 years old. I don't give a damn. We could get jobs and doing little things around the community and the neighborhood when we were 11, 12, 13 years old. How are you any different? And you have even more opportunity now. You can go, Cruz said, you can window shop on Amazon. You can window shop on Amazon. You can go on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat or whatever the hell chat it is. I don't know what these kids do nowadays. You can do all that mess, but and you can't flip that into some money. Come on now. You 12 years old with a cell phone. Like, what did Torian say? The story is that he was breaking up a fight and they got mad. She pushed him. Her friends egged her on, and that's what led to her getting knocked out. Yeah. He breaking up a fight. They get mad because you're breaking up a fight. I've dealt with women like this. I've dealt with broads when I was in middle school and high school who would say, like I went to a school that was like East Side High, like the movie Lean on Me. And they would have lockdowns like once or twice a month. And there would be a fight and then there would be a lockdown because somebody drugs got stolen or somebody got beat up, whatever. But it would be some kind of altercation. They would have a lockdown. The cops would come through the school with the K9 unit outside. We know the K9 outside. We look out the window and you see the K9 truck with the dogs coming out with the muzzles on. They bring the dogs through the school, sniffing the lockers. They might find drugs. They might find guns, whatever they're going to find. This is before you had 9/11. This is before you had metal detectors in the schools. And so they're coming, and I would hear girls waiting at the bus stop talking about some, waiting at the bus waiting at the high school. Man, I had seen a fight. I hadn't seen a fight in a while, girl. Girl, I just want to see a fight, girl. I just want to see somebody. I want to see Reggie whoop Dante ass, girl. Oh, yes, girl. I just want to see that. And you know they patting their heads. I just want to see that, girl. Ooh, girl. Ooh, my head itching. I'm like, bitch. I'm reading a book. I'm reading Art of War. I'm reading The Prince. I'm sitting here reading, big ass glasses on, you know, reading. And the glasses that put the line on your cheeks because they're so big. Because my daddy, he didn't care about style back then. So, because he said, if you want nicer glasses, get a damn job. And so I said, okay. And, but I was just looking at them like, you waiting for a fight. Like, oh, I hadn't seen the fight in a long time, girl. We hadn't seen the fight in a couple weeks. What? Get some fucking business. That's when the girls still had the leave pressed on nails. They didn't do the natural nails, you know, it's your damn nails. No, they had the leave press-ons from the little Asian store up the street. You know, a couple blocks up the street. And I'm like, you waiting on a fight. So when somebody broke a fight up, you would have another fight happen where the girls would fight the person who's breaking up the fight. Which is why a lot of times the guys that were there at my school, because my school was about 90% black. So the guys at the school, they caught on to that and they would stop breaking up the fights. If there was girls fighting, the guys would be looking and they would just be laughing. At that time, we couldn't use our phones in school, but somebody would have one of them little disposable cameras. Them little disposable ass, you know, cameras you get from the CVS or whatever. They would have those and they would be taking pictures, snapshots, and then you go develop it later. But that's what they were posting. Like we wouldn't have Facebook, but they were posting that stuff. Like they would go and make copies of it and bring pictures, sell the pictures of the fights. That's what a lot of guys would do. Nikki put the camera up there. Yeah, they would come back to school. I ain't kidding you. So even though that was fucked up, that the guys would take pictures of these dumb girls fighting and go to the copy shop or the library and print these pictures out, you know, at the get them printed at CVS or Walmart, come back and make photocopies of the pictures and sell the pictures of the fight. That was fucked up, but they was getting their money. These girls still fighting. I remember girls pulling they drawstring ponytails off and throwing them. Now, you know this is a long time ago. Good morning, Miss. Emotionally disturbed. They always fighting and causing a scene. Yes, they always causing a scene. The ones in the morning during first period, they would say these are the students that have to report to ISS, in school suspension. It'd be the same ones. They calling out Sharkeisha, Andalay, you know, Raynana, all these people they calling. I'm just like, okay, it's the same list of about 20 or 30 kids that they call all the time. Dante, Thomasina, like it's on the list. And I'm like, JJ, you know, all these people they calling out, Raymondo, like all these names. And they calling these people out. And I'm just like, ain't y'all gonna learn? And these are seniors and juniors they calling out. So I'm thinking you ain't gonna go nowhere because you fucking up. But the problem is a lot of times it's not only the crack, like what Ann was mentioning. A lot of times it was the ones who was in school suspension that couldn't stand each other, but they were alike, so nobody else wanted them. They were the ones getting together, having babies, having sex, having babies. The fucked up dudes and the fucked up girls were having babies together, and now you see that today. Now you see that right now. Yeah, they're attention seekers. It's very sad because I'm looking at that and I'm like, this little girl, she didn't have to go through that. If she knew how to conduct herself, because even if it wasn't her, he would have hit anybody that had been there. So if people keep going off on him, yeah, what he did was wrong. He should have got fucked up too. What he did was wrong. If that little girl was prepared after he hit her, she would have been able to defend herself. Sorry, JJ. He said, they're not calling me. JJ, they're like, JJ Jr., come to the office. You got in-school suspension. Nikki Justice, you got in-school suspension. Mother of our moon, you got in-school suspension. Nicole Ali, and I'm like, oh, damn. Go to the office. You got in-school suspension. No, but all jokes aside, for real. You got these messed up dudes, messed up girls. They got together because nobody else wanted them. And because who would want to be with somebody like that? What's going on, Albert? And they had kids. And now you look at these dumb kids. And they out here just being the worst. I can't. They don't care how to get attention. Right. They don't care how to get attention. And I think that's the worst type of thing to have at that age, is wanting attention so bad where you're going to get beat up for it. And the really messed up thing is they'll say, oh, she got attention. And the people, I can't stand people that say, you know, any attention is good attention. Any publicity is good publicity. That's not true. Because you are representing your group. He represented his group that we already know are barbaric, historically and currently. So he just reiterating what they are. But with her, you're reiterating a false sense of what we are. That's not what we are. But people will begin to believe the propaganda on us because it's something that has been perpetuated for so long. Even though it's wrong, it's backwards, it goes against human nature to be that messed up. But they'll still say, oh, well, they all like that. That's more reason to criminalize you. Based on your toxic femininity that you really don't even understand as a 12-year-old. And since you don't understand how toxic femininity works and how the system works, you should have had your ass at home. Your mama should have been teaching you how the world works at home. That's just all. This is in my opinion. Yeah, I was in private school early on. I'm going to read what Albert said. He said, those little girls had no business rolling on that guy like that. I don't care if he was white. That's what I was saying. Like, people talking about, well, he's a white supremacist. He might be. If he's a white supremacist, that's more reason for you not to fuck around. Hey, like, that's more reason for you not to mess around. If you know you're in a system of white supremacy, you know you're in a system defined by racism, defined by color. Your skin color is your uniform in this system. If you knew that, going outside your home, there's a chance you may not make it home based on the uniform you're wearing. Love Wisdom, good morning. So why would you go out and poke a bear? But I'm going to poke him twice. I'm going to shove him. You think I'm going to go out and shove a bear? We got coyotes and shit out here. You think I'm going to go run up in a coyote's nest or coyote's den or whatever and try to punch them in the mouth or push them? Shit, no. I'm going to go in a pit of snakes, 100 snakes. 50 of them are poisonous, 50 of them ain't. And I'm going to try to figure out which one ain't poisonous to grab. You're stupid. That motherfucker that put the flour in the gun barrel, she got shot right. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know that happened. I don't know what they were thinking. Let's see. So Alchemy said she went to a private school mostly, but in public school it was crazy. It was crazy. I was in private school early on, and then we switched over to public school. First of all, we were behind. Public school was behind by about a year. That was very frustrating because I had to go home and I continued work ahead of the public school kids. So I was always a year or so ahead of them, but they didn't know because I just did the work at school. And when I would go home, I'd do my homework. Well, sometimes I finished it at school during bus holding or something. But once I got home, I had all this free time. So I would continue reading. I would do other activities that we had to do. I did all this types of stuff. So my mom and my dad had us in different things. But in public school, these kids, they from a totally different background. It's not about race to me either, so Alchemy. It's about, because if you were going to make it about race, Me Too would be jumping in right now. You know. Me Too would have been able to blame the black security guard that was not even there. They would have made him up. And the other young black men that were there, they would have been blaming the young black men that were sitting there, you know, or made them up out of thin air. So Me Too would have been doing that. LA Realist, what's going on? Yeah, I think they're neglected as well. And I think they're also being taught certain things that lead to neglect, because it leads to something that is not constructive for their survival. And that's really sad. That's all a part of toxic femininity. And I know that C Boogie talked about toxic femininity. And when I first started hearing about, you know, toxic masculinity, I was like, what? Like, what the hell is this? This goes against everything I knew growing up. Like, what are you talking about? You know, if you old enough to remember, like, people would say, you know, get the hell out of here, go out of the room. This is grown folks' business. Why you in here? You know, or older people would just stop talking and just look at you like, what the fuck? What this little whippersnapper doing in here? Like, what you doing? What you want? What you want? Well, I had wanted a glass of water. Get your ass out of here. Like, get out of here. What's standing there? What you looking for? I had wanted and what had happened was, get your ass out of here. I grew up in the South, so a lot of the things that people do now, we didn't do back then. We still don't do things that people condone now. We didn't condone back then. You did things a certain way. You conducted yourself a certain way because you knew you were gonna get a whooping. You knew you were gonna get smacked the hell up. And usually, and my mom, if I did something wrong, I came home, she gave me a whooping. Well, first of all, I came home to my grandma's house first. Then my mom came, because we couldn't be at home by ourselves, because she didn't trust us being at home by ourselves. She said, I don't trust the other people that will know you at home by yourself. I trust you to go in the house and lock the door at the house and do your homework and start dinner. I don't trust people that will see you at home by yourself, that will see you as a mark, see you as prey, and come to the house. So you're gonna go to your grandma's house first, get your homework done, help your grandma out with some chores, you know, take out the trash, wash the dishes for her, help her start dinner. And when I get home to my mother's house, which is my grandma, my mom would say, we're gonna have dinner and everything, and then we would have to wait till my mom got home. We would have dinner, then we will leave from having dinner and go home. Get to the house, chores don't stop. You get home to the house, we might have laundry we gotta do, we gotta have this, we gotta do that, you know, cleaning up, whatever. Then you get a chance to go home, you know, you're at home, getting yourself together, taking a shower, whatever you gotta do to go to bed. You know, maybe watch some TV, go to bed. Maybe 20, 30 minutes of TV, then you take your ass to bed. That's all happened in my house. But if I got in trouble, the first person that saw me was my grandma. Whooping time. Whooping time. Then my mama came home. And when we got the cell phones, oh God, my grandma would call my mama and tell her, oh, it's whooping time. It's on. This little heaven done fucked up, you know. Then she's like, Lord Jesus, she messed up. Lord Jesus, help her, help her. And she wouldn't be saying help her because she gonna help her. She would say help her like, Lord have mercy on the child, because she gonna really get it. My mom would get home, whooping again. That's 2 whoopings within 2 hours. My ass is hurting. I'm like, oh, I can't take no more. I can't take no more. I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead and get some ice. Go ahead and get yourself together. I ain't playing with you. When your daddy get home, guess what's gonna happen now? Oh, the real whipping gonna come. And I was like, yep. That's when you cry for real. It ain't the fake crying. No, mama, no. No, mama, no. No, it ain't the fake ass crying. It's the real crying with real tears, looking like Niagara Falls and shit. When your daddy get home, that's when you're at home from the grandma. I'm at home from my grandma's house. I done took a shower and everything, sitting there with my knees, you know, holding my knees, rocking back and forth like Miss Celia or something, looking like Pookie from New Jack City, just shaking and shit. And then my daddy come in the house, bam, open the door, ready to eat, ready to do whatever he got to do. It's quiet. Then he come down the hall, boom, slam the door open. So what the hell I hear? What the hell I hear about you doing X, Y, Z? You're like, you already had a whooping. Thank you, So Alchemy. You already had a whooping. Twice, 2. One from your grandma, but she can't move that fast. And the second from your mama, which she can move a little faster. You ain't getting away from this, because he gonna come in the door, he opened the door, he would close the door back. You in the room with him. It's you and him. You and him. Just like this little girl at the mall. It's you and him. Ain't no running. Ain't no pushing. Ain't no shoving. You know what you did. You fucked up. You know you fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. That scene made me start sweating when I saw that Menace to Society. You know you done fucked up. And I was like, yeah, I messed up. What you did? Well, oh, Oh, I know what you did. You ain't got to say it. Don't even say it. I already know the hell you did. Get my damn belt. And then by this time, it's kind of slick. So by this time, I done hid the belts. I done hid them. And he was like, oh, ain't no belts, huh? Oh, okay, ain't no belts. You know I wear a belt to work, don't you? I'm like, I'm like, yes. And then it was on like popcorn. It was done. So I learned my lesson. My sister got more whoopings than me. My brother didn't get that many whoopings. I didn't get that many whoopings. But out of my whole life, because my dad didn't always whoop me. Out of my whole life, my dad probably gave me 2 whoopings. My mom gave me more than him. And there was one point, I talked about this on BGS channel, one point where he just took me on a ride. And I felt like one of the mafia movies. He was like, hey, let's go for a ride. Take a ride with me. I was like, where we going? Where are we going? I stayed out too late, curfew. The next day he was like, let's go out. Let's go for a ride. Let's go. We were driving for a long ass time. We went to some random place in the woods somewhere. I'll never forget that. And he just sat and talked to me for forever. I mean, it was like a late afternoon. The sun was going down. He's still talking to me about whatever, you know, a lot of life lessons. But I'm not going to say whatever, but it was life lessons. And I'll never forget that, because the things he was telling me stuff that was going to happen later on in the future. He was like, your generation might be the last generation to really do something in this country. If y'all fuck it up, and we ain't going to have nothing. You know, he really was speaking game to me. And not only because he's a man, but because he was in the military. So he had a obligation to talk to me that way. And I'm not trying to push people into the military, but I will say people who have had service in the military, their mentality is different. They see the world different. My mother wasn't in the military, so she saw the world different than my dad. Not just because she's a woman, but because they had different experiences. You know, what's going on, Frederick? Saturday night. Yes, Saturday night was proof of that. Yes. You see this dude, Night B. I was like, this dude need to get punched in the throat 3 times. Like, just, he needed the chain ripped off and just punched in the mouth. Good old lying across the bed. Yeah, lying across the bed and getting paddled, getting whooped and stuff. Just, I can't. I remember those days, and I was just like, you know, and don't move your legs. You know, I remember that. Like, you lying across the bed and getting a paddle, getting whooped with a wooden paddle, or the little paint stick. Like, or my mom would get the stick off the back of the church fan and whoop you with that. Like, the power of Christ compels you, that type of thing. Whooping you with the paint stick. And them paint sticks is hard as hell. And he whooping you with it, and it's wet. We had to pick the switches too, Love Wisdom. We had to go outside. My grandma got a bush. She called it the switch bush. And it's literally right outside her house. Got them little yellow flowers on it in the spring and summertime that be growing. I can't stand that bush. But she would have us go out and pick a switch. We come in with the old dead brown ones. And she said, go out there and get the you brought the wrong one in here. Okay. She go out there and get the green ones that sting. That really sting. You learn your lesson after that. Lay you across the bed and then hold your legs down. Stop moving your legs. Stop moving your legs. You try to put your hands back. No. Try to move your hands and stuff. She grabbed your hand. Your hand's gonna get it too. Pop, 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 hitting your hands. You know, and then after that, you not only got a whooping, you had to do work at the house. After you got a whooping, you crying and shit. You had to do work. You had to do chores. Other people got a bye day. They could just go outside and play. You had to do their chores. And my grandma had a lot of foster kids. And so they had to do the same thing. They had the same type of discipline. They have to do work. They got to work. They got to do what they got to do. They got to work around the house. They got to do their homework and do the right thing. You know, act right. Like they got some sense. When they didn't, they knew what was up. They knew exactly what was up. So they did everything in their power not to get in that situation. They was like, hey, we know what's up. You had to do their chores. You had to do your chores. You had to do everybody else's chores. You had to cook for everybody. You had to serve everybody. This is what discipline was about. And then when your daddy get home, he gonna get on you too. Yeah, you're not the only one traumatized. People say, oh, well, I don't hit my kids. I understand that. There is some psychological damage that can occur with hitting your kids and stuff like that. But at the same time, what other option do you have? Because honestly, some of these kids need to get the hell knocked out. that walk past me and just brush past me in the store, and I'm like, oh, what the hell you doing? Where your mama at? Then I see the mama over there talking crazy to some Spanish lady, and I'm like, okay, I see you talking crazy to people. You loud on your phone. Okay, I get it. It's a mess. It's like, it's really ridiculous. CRU said use a bat, not a belt. Yeah, growing up in the South, I think makes a difference. What I was just thinking of what Soul Alchemy said. Sometimes it's necessary. Yeah, I was about to say, you know, being from the South sometimes makes a difference, but it's necessary too. This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. Everyone shouldn't be parents. That's what I'm getting to, Charles. In the title, when I talk about toxic femininity, I was talking to this my boyfriend the other day, and I was like, hey, you know, why this woman did this and why she did that. He was like, some people don't need kids. Some people, he took it a step further, and I was like, wow. He said some people need to get sterilized. You don't need to have no children. If you that stupid, when you do certain things, you don't need to be able to have no kids. Why you gonna bring, he said, why you gonna bring them type of genes into reality? He said, you don't know how to raise no kids. Like Charles was just saying, you don't know how to raise your kids right. They think, oh, I feed them and clothe them and shelter them. He said, that's a goddamn houseplant. You know, with a houseplant, when it gets too cool, you wrap a piece of tissue around it, or wrap a piece of plastic around it to keep it warm. He said, that's a houseplant. That's a cat. Like, get a cat, bitch. Like, I was like, stop. Why are you being so mean? He said, no, I ain't being mean. That's what the hell it is. Some people don't need kids. I was like, well, you know, you got a point. And I couldn't negate what he was saying. Reality sure don't want them genes. But anyway, I just thought I would come on here. I may do a hangout later on. I know I haven't been doing hangouts in a while. I've been really busy, and I've really been watching your comments and looking at comments of old videos and looking at a lot of these other videos out here. A lot of these different shares people putting out, and subbing to different people and learning what they have to say, you know, because I don't want to just know what I have to say. I want to know what other people think, and that's why I'm reading your comments too. Albert said, I don't get it. I don't have kids and still know more than some of these parents. Not all of them. Yeah, I agree. Not all of them. Yes, Charles said, just because you can practice procreation or you can procreate doesn't mean you should do it. Oh, okay. I understand. So, Alchemy, I get. Oh, thank you, Eva. Yeah, just because you can, you know, just because you can eat 50 pounds of food at one time don't mean you should do it. You know, just because you can go out here and run around in 10-degree weather with shorts on, or run around in the rain with no socks on, no shoes on, and no socks on, you run around barefoot in the rain, that don't mean you should do it. Stupid. Like, that don't mean you need to do it. There's a lot of stuff you can do, but you don't have to do it. Just like the little girl. Just because you can push a grown man as a child, don't mean you should. And I hope next time, the lesson of the day, I hope you learn, don't fuck around with people you don't know. How about that? Don't mess around with people you don't know. Don't act like a dum-dum. And she know what a dum-dum is. So people say, oh, well, she's too young to know. But she bleeding. How about that? You got sense enough to go in the Family Dollar and buy some pads of tampons. Because I know a girl with that type of chutzpah, with them balls, with, you know, that type of confidence in herself, oh, she bleeding. I can tell you that. She bleeding. And since your little ass is bleeding, you should have sense enough not to run up on people you don't know. Run up, get done up. That's gonna be the word of the phrase of the day. Run up, get done up. So people out here saying, oh, well, he's a white supremacist, blah, 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 blah. If you really look at it, we already kind of know that he's a suspect white supremacist, or that he would be more likely to be racist as a white male, 51 years old. But what does that make her mother? Because in my opinion, I'm sorry to say this. We already know what he's about. But her mother is a sleeper cell. Her mother is an agent of white supremacy, if you really want to break it down. Your mother, little girl, you are, faceless child, your mother is an agent of white supremacy because she is, one, putting you in dangerous situations by not training you right, keeping you from probably procreating with the right type of man because she's a stupid woman, a dumb broad, a bitter ass broad, because she didn't have enough sense and knowledge and love and respect for you as a child that came out of her body to tell you not to run up on adults, public or private situation. Because like I said earlier, if she ran up on him this time, trust me, she done ran up on other people before. If I'm wrong, please holler at me. But I'm just saying, if your mother's an agent of white supremacy, where does that leave your child? Fucked up. That's where it leaves them. Fucked up. You messed up. So people stop emailing me telling me you cussing too much. You too pretty. Hey, my sister soldier queen, don't be cussing too much. Get the hell out my email. I don't need you telling me what I can say and what I can't say. Like you be the main ones out here, no face, no content. You're not a creator. You don't have anything to say except to email me because I put an email in there saying, oh, my sister queen, I don't like it when you cussing and da 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 da. I don't need you telling me that. Even though I might cuss on here, one thing I won't do is with my man cussing. Unless it's something that just surprises me or something that's really, really messed up, then I might cuss or whatever. But I know how to act with him. And if people got problems with it, okay. What's going on, Art? People who make content, I can take their comments critically. People who out here trolling, I don't take your comments critically. I'm not gonna listen to your comments. If you subscribe to me and you share people's videos, that's different. But if you got half a subscriber and no content and you want to email me every other day talking about you shouldn't be cussing, I don't like it when you cussing, da 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 da, get the fuck on. Peace. Deuces. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and no, because you're a problem. Just like this little girl, you're a problem because you be the main ones coming on here. She was talking about that little girl and da 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 and da 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 da. We're trying to save little girls like her lives by telling them they fucking up. You're messing up. And if ain't nobody gonna tell you out here, we need to be able to tell you. So I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. I'm a sailor and I cuss like one. Yeah, I'm deleting them. Cause yeah, that's what they'll try next. They only got subs from other troll accounts. It's their own accounts. So subbing to each other. Stupid. They subbing to themselves. But go check out CRU Reality. If you don't mind CRU, you can post your link to your video in here. And if you can find Gab's video, post that in here. So it'll be in the chat room. But I agree with what they're saying. I agree with what Corey was saying. Yeah, Corey goes off the deep end sometimes, whatever. But I agree with what they were saying. I know Keith knew about it last night. There was some points he made that I agreed with. But overall, you can't focus so much on white supremacy and not see there's a problem within our community. Because if we're weak, how are we going to fight them? It's not possible if we're weak. If our women are weak, it's hard to fight them. Because we're supposed to support our men. We're not doing that very well. Because if you're raising women that are going to be messed up like this, what kind of man going to want that? And you're going to be the same bitter broad sitting with your mama watching Oprah runs and Ricky Lake and Sally Jesse Raphael looking dumb as hell in 20 years. Your mama got all these cats and dumbass kids around that you done had who don't know nothing. And we stuck. Ain't no man going to want that. I don't know. Simp might want it. Anyway, I'm going to holler at y'all. I got to go. It's starting to rain again. It's been raining out here for a couple days. Art know what's up. And Monique know what's up. I need a man who can handle me. And they be doing this thing neck. Girl, I need a man who can handle me. Like, What the hell are you? Bulldozer? Like, no. You need to be able to handle me. Handle you. You're not a crowbar. Stupid. Y'all have a good day. And you be safe up there. I know you up there. The LA realist. I'm gonna shout everybody out. Art, okay, yes, Art, I know that. I'm not at home, honey. I know. Charles, Love Wisdom, Eva, Ryan James, CRU Reality, y'all check him out. And 411, check out her new channel, Gigi. Well, it's new to me, and if it's not new, my bad. Mother of Our Moon, Soul Alchemy, Love Wisdom again. Let's see, Miss G, Albert Bird, JJ Jr., Frederick FB Blue. I'm just going back through the chat to say bye to y'all. I think Torian was in here earlier. Oh, Nikki Justice. Yeah. So peace, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Sheep stay asleep. I see you jump back in there at the end. Sheep stay asleep. Peace, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Bye.